Oh, hi! I didn't see you there. I was busy ruining my neighbors' lives. People have been asking me, how's life in Animal Crossing going? They haven't seen me torturing Boone in a while. He's dead at this point. So I thought for today, we'd do something a bit different. I just want to show off my town and give a little tour of it. I play this game close to daily, and as you can see from the map, like there's been a lot of change kind of happening in the town. I figured out how to establish a road network. I got bridges for the town, I got stairs. I actually, dare I say, tried to make my town look nice. I know, like shock horror, like Jesus, you're not supposed to try in these games, Daniel. I've got a whole batch of new neighbors here. Eric the Deer is my current favorite, and my least favorite goes to Hans, because he looks like he's related to Boone. I don't have a slingshot, and that's going to upset some people that I can't get this present, and I apologize in advance. You're just gonna have to watch it glaze slowly off the screen. In case you're wondering why I'm holding an axe, it's because I like to remind the animals who's in charge in this town. And Willow's afraid of me now. So this is the downtown area. I got my town hall. I found a lovely little RTGame flag online. Someone I think imported it. I think there's some kind of site where you can scan images and just generate QR codes. So thanks to whoever kind of sent that in, because it's kind of like a nice little thing for my town. I have my own little downtown area over here. I apologize in advance too for the state of the flowers. I've been growing hybrids, but I don't really know what I'm doing. So they're kind of just everywhere, and I keep just mashing flowers together in the hopes that they generate the right colors. I mean, it's kind of working. Like, I got an orange one and some pink ones there. I got the upgrade at Nook's Cranny. So I'm pretty happy with that. I got my own little kind of shop display here. I left this Nintendo Switch out in the rain. I got my museum. I got my snack machine. I got my vending machine. Got my cotton candy. I have a little kind of bin area and a little orchard that's kind of behind it. Sometimes traveling visitors, when they arrive in my town, they get like, they come in like here, and I just miss them for the day. Like one time, like the turnip seller was just like locked in behind here, and I just didn't get turnips that weekend, and it was kind of tragic. But she hasn't come to town since, because I made sure that she paid for her mistake. Here's my little bamboo plaza. I'm very happy with this. I just wanted like kind of a cozy central place near the downtown area. I had one of these in my New Leaf town and I really liked it. For some reason this does this. And your guess is as good as mine as to why it does that. I got all my paths lined with bushes too in the downtown area. And we have this big old centerpiece here that is the Canadian flag. I know it's not really a maple leaf, it's more of like a diamond, but I tried my best, and you know, I have very limited creativity. You're gonna see a trend as I go about touring my town here. I'm just gonna apologize for a bunch of stuff. And kind of like the way it is. Like, yes, I tried to plant some bushes on the beach. Yes, I know they don't grow. Yes, I've been meaning to dig those up the last while. I apologize. We got the fairground here too. I've only gotten the one ride so far, but it's a work in progress. This is my Cody's house. I actually like this villager. And you know, he actually has permission to live in my town and stay here. Like, he's not going to be evicted first chance I get. You see, he's just a blue bear. And you know, he's very chill. He's one of the original settlers on the island. And he just loves talking about exercise and nothing but exercise and abs constantly. This is every conversation with Cody. Like, I love him dear, but I don't talk to him often. I'll see you later, Cody. I did give him a pull, though. I can actually be kind of benevolent when I want to. So, you know, I'm trying to make his house look nice. And here's the bonfire in case he crosses me, too. We got the windflower hybrids set up over here. I got my little lighthouse. I planted the wrong kind of bush here, so they're just not in bloom. That was my own fault. We have the little soccer pitch that's kind of done up here. I bought this ball this morning, but you don't get to kick it or anything. You just get to bounce it like a basketball. I think everyone on the island is confused as to, you know, what soccer is. We have a little dining area here, set up next to the sheep's house. I always forget this sheep's name, but I kind of just call her Hot Dog. You thought I was being rude, but look at her. I should probably dig this up too, or someone's going to be fiercely upset. Behind Frida's house, I have this sort of messy section of wood. My island's natural fruit is orange. Oh, here's the bathtub too. I didn't know where to put this. It's shaped like a bull. No one's yet to have a bat in it just yet, but we live in hope. This bit of town is what I like to call the Plantation. This is where I just grow a bunch of foreign fruit. I have cherries placed around my house, but here I have like my peaches, my apples, and my pears. And behind the plantation, I've got this little kind of like campsite set up with just some natural rocks. I have a bunch of waterfalls that I've tried to do here too, just for a bit of decoration. You know, because I don't really have anything else to put there, so it's like I just terraformed the land a while. And it kind of made like a secret passageway behind that house up there. We also have our town's energy source. A single solar panel and this one wind turbine. Like, that's all we need. And this just powers the entire island. Because, you know, most of the animals don't know what electricity is. And I have a little kind of hangout spot here too. I got my sandcastle and I got my barbecue. So when you go just north of Town Hall, you actually get to where my house is. And the cool thing is with the layout is I've given myself this sort of private island feel. Just within the island. So like I'm completely separated from the other animals. So if I want some space and I don't want to have to deal with them. Flip, what are you doing on my land? The house is very much a work in progress and I haven't really got all the furniture pieces I want just yet. But I'm really happy with how it's coming along. Like my front room here, I've put the most work into by far. And there's just a lot of stuff and I really like it. It's got all like my practical objects too. So I've got like the mirror, my workbench, my cupboard. I got like a trophy display, kind of like DIY recipe that I really like. I got my Happy Home Academy awards. I got my cherry blossom clock. I got my cherry blossom lantern. I really wish that this holiday wasn't like tied up with Egg Day. Because I missed most of the recipes from the Cherry Blossom series, and they're my favorite bits. I got a working computer, like complete with like Windows 10, presumably. And I got some crowns too. These were like very generous gifts that I received. I didn't want to sell them or anything, so I just kind of left them on the wall. Because I'm actually doing okay for bells. I made it big with turnips. In case you wonder why this crown's above Blue Bear, she's my favorite villager. And I'm kind of like longing for the day that I actually get her in my town. The poster was also a gift, which was very kind. In here, I've got my kitchen. This is like probably the other most decorated room of the house. I've just tried to go all out with the detail, and I've kind of got this nice little Imperial Furniture series display. I got my Imperial chair, I got a table, I got a chest, the shelves up there of the same series. That lantern is part of the series too. In case you're wondering why this space is blank over here, this is where I would put my fridge if I had one. I can't store food right now, which is quite problematic. But you know, it's okay because we tend to just eat oranges on this island. Like you don't need anything else in your diet other than, you know, vitamin C. And we do actually have some food on the table too. So, you know, for at least the next 3 days, there's some variety that isn't oranges, so that's pretty good. And in the back room, I've got the makings of a toilet. It's got a washer dryer. I really like this bamboo shelving unit. I think that kind of like brings out the room quite a bit. I've got like a nice orange clock I put up there. I've got like a shower in the corner here. And I really like this bathtub. Like, I think it's just kind of neat. And you know, I got a nice towel for it too. This room is still very much a work in progress, but the plan is to eventually make this a Zen garden in my house. I want to fill this room with as many plants as I can. My basement is just very sad. There's nothing here. But I do have some prison bars laying around, so I might do up something in here soon. And this up here is my bedroom. Still very much a work in progress. I've only got a few bits and bobs. Like I got a cupboard, a little writing desk. I've got a double-sized bed. Apparently these are like gold dust and impossible to find anywhere. And over here I got my little Apple TV. I got my sofa, I got my stereo, and I got my bears. I have one that's even bigger. It takes up like a 3x3 space, but it's simply too big. Like look at the size of this lad. Like in comparison to the other bears. Like I thought Papa Bear was big with a 2x2. But like this guy just towers. And you know, if you have him here and you're trying to watch the TV, you just feel very threatened. No, Flip, you can't just do that. Flip. Flip, you can't just walk up to someone and sneeze on them. So anyway, continuing the tour, I really like this little campfire space that I have just outside my home too. It's quite cozy, and I got this like beautiful jukebox that's kind of just set up. I do have another bear that's sitting out here. This is the pink panda. She just keeps an eye on the bamboo. You might notice too that I've got a lot of Zen bridges in my town. This is my favorite bridge, and it's the one I like the look of. This is like my little tulip farm, and I've been trying to get like a lot of hybrids of these, with a lot of success too. Like I've actually got a good few. I think the only one I'm missing is purple at the moment. I need to organize this some more because I know it's just a mess and it's getting a bit overgrown. I have my waterfall pass here that I showed from the plantation earlier. And it's kind of like a sneaky route that you can hop between there, see? I got some like kind of standing rocks. I got like some cherry blossom branches. And then this is what I call the mountain shrine. And this is like my favorite spot in the town. We got bamboo. We got a nice spring pond. We got a bunch of candles. We got a little picnic. We do have a gong here. So if you want to disturb the peace, that too is an option. This is what I call the main highway for the upper part of town. You can kind of see on the map that there's just some very long stretches of road that kind of navigate things easily. But what I want to point out is actually over here. I got a bit of a secret spot. I got an incline for like on the secret beach where Red shows up. Just so it's a bit easier to get to him, and I'm actually quite happy with those. They're kind of like hidden behind the trees. But I also have a grave. And I like to pretend this is where Boone is buried. Over here we have another hybrid farm. Currently trying to get a bunch of the blue ones. Over here is the new and improved location of Eggtown. I'm really happy with how this turned out because it actually has a bit of space compared to where it was before. I think the old site was like literally just down here, see? Like it was kind of cramped. And my able sister's shop, and I want to show this off. I redid my pond a little bit so it looks like it has a proper source. And I stuck up this rocking chair on top of it because it's an Aries rocking chair. And I'm an Aries myself. My birthday is April 13th. The funny thing about this water source that I've added to this pond is it's actually turned it into a river. I see, like here's a crucian carp. You're not supposed to be able to catch them from the pond. The plan with this part of the town is to fill it with as many lilies as I can. Because I just really like this flower. I've got some mums that are growing over here too. They look a bit messy. Like these ones kind of look like dandelions, which I kind of associate with just like weeds and that. But you can do some cool colors with the mums. You can get like one that's green. And something I want to do in like the entrance to my town later. If I just kind of walk on over here is I want to get the green mums. I want to get an orange flower and a white flower. And I want to pop two little like Irish flags in these fenced areas. Jesus, it's like a congregation going on outside town hall. How's it going, lads? Back in this part of the town, I've actually got a little exercise area set up. Because, you know, this is a fantasy game. And I live my dreams through it, rather than try achieve them IRL. I also have a sandbox on my sandy beach because I just like the irony of it. This part of town I like to call the suburb because a lot of my animals happen to live here. I've tried to give each of them like a semblance of a garden and just a bit of personal space. I think the most open one here is Vesta's home because it's just right along the beach and I didn't really want to wall that off. For some reason Vesta's house is set up as if it's a laundromat, so I like to think this is like the unofficial place to do your laundry on the island. If you just need your clothes clean, you just give them the Vesta and she'll take care of it. One thing I know I need to change is my anatomical model. Because this guy scared the shit out of a lot of people when I initially placed him because his silhouette would appear against the horizon. But with his new location, he doesn't have the silhouette, so he's not as scary. So I need to redo that because, you know, no one's shitting their pants when they walk up this part of the beach anymore, and that is a travesty. Oh, I didn't even notice. I got an extra flower here. I might actually pop it here because I really like the blue pansies. Only manly men spend time arranging flowers, okay? Like, there is nothing sexier than a man who appreciates nature. This is all part of the highway here too. I've got like a line of bushes. I got Hopper the penguin's house. He's one of my favorite villagers on the island too. I got my old little well, and up here, I got my signpost, I got my little lantern, I've got the waterfalls. This is my campsite for the island, and I'm really happy with how this is looking so far. It still needs a fair bit of work, but I want to flood this spot here with hybrid flowers, because the idea is here, if someone's moving to the campsite, they're a potential new neighbor that's going to move into my town. So I want their surroundings to be as wholesome and as nice looking as possible. I've also got my little telescope spot over here too. So this is where I go whenever I want to count shooting stars. And you can also look over Boone's grave. But I try to cut that out of the view whenever I'm here and I stand about here. Because, you know, I don't like acknowledging that both he existed and that he's dead. because who really cares? And that's pretty much it for my town. There's still a lot of work I want to put into it. Like, I got like a good few empty spaces that I'm just not sure how to fill them yet. But you know, I'm taking it at my own pace. Like, I don't stress really playing this game. And you know, I just do things like little by little. Because I think that's the best way to enjoy this game. You know, you're not trying to make like paradise overnight, because you don't really know what you want your paradise to look like just yet. But I hope people enjoyed this video. Just something a bit different and something I wanted to show off. Because a lot of people have been asking like, hey, where's all the Animal Crossing stuff? I thought you loved that game. And I do very much love it. It's just a game I'm playing a lot in my off time, more than anything. And I'm going to continue to do that as the year goes on. And I'll let you know when this fucker moves out too. Don't you worry, like, we're going to have a party when he's gone.